I'm Chan Zhen Hong. In this video, we talk about identity theft. Identity theft, also called as identity fraud, is criminals steal or illegally use another people's personal information such as IC number, credit card number to conduct criminal activity. For example, criminal use victim's identity to buy products or sell it to another criminal to earn the money. Victim is difficult to find it immediately until they get the billing, then they know identity theft is happened in their life. Identity theft is happen in various areas. The major area is insurance, medical, social, security, financial, driver's license, synthetic, tax, child, and else. It has 6 types of identity theft, which is tax-related in identity theft, medical identity theft, financial identity theft, child identity theft, driver license identity theft, and criminal identity theft. Used for identity theft is skimming and phishing. Skimming is method for gain information on a credit card, debit card, or any card with magnetic. Skimmer is a device to scan another's card and gain the information. Skimming is not easy to find out because skimmer emitted as a part of the machine. When people insert the magnetic card, the skimmer will read the card's information. And the second technique is phishing. Criminals imitate as a company's email or communication channel to send an email with distribute maliciousness link or attachment to victims. When victims click to open the link or attachment, criminal will get the victim's information. Phishing is one of the common frauds that criminals use in criminal activity because criminals not need to hack victim's computer to get the information. Phishing has several types such as spear phishing attacks, bailing attacks, farming, and voice phishing.
Hello, I'm Vignesh. I'm going to talk about the case of our study, which is the largest identity theft case in US history, the case of Amar Singh, and I'll also explain the ethical dilemmas that I found, including the ethical theories that I can relate it. Okay, so what is this case? Basically, it's about Amar Singh and his colleagues, a group of 111 members who perform identity theft. How do they perform it? They either skim the card or they obtain this information from illegal websites. What do they do with it? They perform stuff such as getting loans using those identities or replicating the card and performing transactions such as buying luxurious items, going to luxurious hotels, booking private jets, those type of stuff. And Amar Singh is one of the main head honchos of this case. He's one of the 3 crime bosses of this entire criminal enterprise. So, for the dilemma that I found, we start off with, even though, without a shadow of a doubt, Amar Singh is in the wrong, 100%. But it's not that the victim is clear. They are also at fault. Reasoning, based on the US law, the FCPA law specifically, the Fair Credit Billing Act. Based on this law, the victim is not liable to any charges made as long as they report it before any charges apply. So if the card is lost, they say it to the bank, they're fine. So how about if it's after the charges happen? Within 2 days, if they report the charges, they're liable up to $50. Any more than that, if they talk about the charges within 60 days, they are liable up to $500. So any more than that, if they did not say a word about it, they are liable for the whole thing. Whatever the charges is, they're liable for it. So, based on this, my perspective is the victim is in the right, but not completely. When if they told about it earlier, they'll be safe. They do not have to suffer the consequence of it as badly. So now, to resolve this dilemma, let's look at it from the views of the stakeholders. Let's start with the victim. From the victim's point of view, this event could be very damaging or minor. Reasoning: depending on the amount that the criminal spends, the victim is liable to it, or based on the law, they're not that much damaged. So if they're fully liable to it and the victim spends, let's say about $20,000, they're very, very damaged in many ways. They could be even bankrupt. So, not only this is one of the issues that I found. The other issue is information leak. Other people could know their own addresses. Their personal information is now available everywhere in the deep web, the dark web, and stuff like that. So this is one of these, the point of view of the victim. Now let's go to the point of view of the criminal. So, from the point of view of the criminal, it's without doubt he knows this is illegal. To live a luxurious life with the harm intent of others. So, what do they gain? Probably fame, probably status, probably luxury they can never experience in their actual life by doing it legally. What's the cost, you ask? They might have been millionaires. Now they're the shame to their entire bloodline as thieves, as illegal beings, where they perform these heinous acts to a poor victim. This will, without a doubt, damage their reputation. Now, let's talk about the point of view of the bank. So, the bank. Of course, this will, without a doubt, affect them. 100%. The reasoning, this will affect their status. The bank might have been well known. Now, they'll be known as the bank who doesn't notify their users about someone else using their own money. Not their own money, the victim's money. Okay, so this is very damaging to them. So now let's talk about the ethical theories that I can relate to. Okay, the ethical theory that I found is the deontological theory. This theory is applied from the view of the criminal. The reasoning: the criminal, based on this theory, should not have done this. Reasoning: this theory is related to moral laws, and all individuals should follow moral laws based on common knowledge. So this is without doubt breaking that theory, against that theory. So how about another theory? Let's apply rule utilitarianism. This theory can be applied from the view of the bank and the victim. Reason being, based on this theory, the actions of an individual determines the existing law, and based on the actions determined by the law, the outcome will provide the most happiness. So based on that action, the criminals have contradict this theory. The reasoning being that the actions of the criminal do not follow pre-existing laws that has been made by the government or by general. And that's it.
Hello, I'm Vincent. Now I'm going to talk about the medical identity theft. The victim in the case is called Anduri Sachs, which she was being blamed for being an unfit mother and faced the hospital bills as much as the $10,000 US. Based on the case study, the thief stole her driver license and used that as the identity proof to deliver her baby at the hospital. Hence, the hospital staff mistook Anduri Sachs as the thief. Then the hospital put the hospital bills on her. The thief managed to run away after she gave birth to the baby, so the local authorities mistook that she is abandoning the baby and intended to take her own child away. Based on the case study, there are various ethical dilemmas caused by the theft actions such as stealing the driver license, abandoned baby, use other people's identity to get treatment. All of these dilemma cause the victim's life become harder and harder. For the first dilemma, there is no guarantee that the thief only use the driver license for only medical purpose. It might be the thief driving recklessly on the road and get fined by the police. As a result, the fine will be put on the victim license, and there's possibility that the victim's license cannot be used anymore, and he will need to take the driving test again. Moreover, the victim cannot drive while losing her driving license, and it's very inconvenient for her since she might need to travel to other places. For the second dilemma, the thief used the victim identity to get the medical treatment. This action is ethically wrong because it is not right to put their own medical debt on other people. Moreover, this action is against the identity law. Thus, the hospital has no way to get the bills back from the thief, and it caused the victim need to bear the responsibility on the medical bills which is not belongs to her. As a result, she needs to suffer a long time to clear off the bills, or even she put the case on the court, she still need a lot of money and time to free herself from the blame and the debt. The last dilemma is related with the action that the thief abandoned her own baby at the hospital. This action caused the victim to get blamed for abandoning the baby, and local authorities intended to take her own children away. This situation caused her family life become very terrible since they need to suffer from being apart from each other. After analyzing the case, I found that several ethical theories can be applied in this case. First, the deontological theory can be applied because the action of the thief that abandoned the baby is wrong. She should have taken care of her own baby instead of abandon the baby, because that's her responsible as a mother. For second theory is the social contract theory, which the action of stealing and using other people's identity are illegal. The thief can be fined, put into jail, and even probation. For example, the thief can be jailed for at least 90 days or fined for $500. Lastly, the rule utilitarianism is also applicable in this case, which all the thief action costs demerit for most of the stakeholders. Therefore, her actions are wrong and she should get the medical treatment through proper method and take care of her own baby. And last, the stakeholder also come up with some countermeasure to prevent this kind of case happen again, which is the hospital facility will require more identity proof from the patient so that the right person only will get the medical treatment.
I'm Tan Han Long. I'm going to present my ethical theory and my case study for this computer ethics subject. First of all, I want to start with my social security identity theft. For the social security number, it's very important for individual that is given by the government and is determined for our financial income, and it is a 9-digit social security number, and we should keep our social security number safe and never let anyone know our social security number. For my case, it's about a CEO from LifeLock. His name is Todd Davis. He started to post his social security number in his company profile website, and he didn't realize that he is doing a problem to his company. So this is one of the dilemma that I have found from this case. And there are a fraudster, and his action will invite a fraudster that using his social security number for creating a lot of fraudulent account by using his name and his address, which contain his social security number. This will enable the fraudster to create totally different and entirely different identity with different name different address for a different financial account, and the fraudster can use that different account to perform illegal transaction, which is ethically is wrong, which relate to deontological theory, which the fraudster should follow the rules and should not perform any unethical ways on performing illegal transaction in any means. And for the perspective of victim, this can be a moral lesson for them, because the CEO should never post his social security number to the public openly, so that the company and the individual family will not be able to have more trouble, such as causing problem to his company and his family member, because the moment that his social security number is leaked, the fraudster can use his number, making a lot of trouble to the bank industry, and the bank will call to his family member and his company. And for my company perspective view, this will be a lesson for the company also, because the company should include the social security number as an important notice to the rest of the employee. They should safeguard their employee social security number, and they should inform the importance of social security number to all of the employee. And as a criminal perspective, this might be beneficial for them, because they can use the social security number to buy something.
Now I'm going to talk about the social media fraud in Facebook. In year 2012, there is a social media fraud in Facebook which hacker hijacked some users' account to steal their financial information. Firstly, the hacker will send a fake message to others to inform that their account is going to disable. In the message also containing a link that requires the user to enter their information, includes credit information to avoid their account is going to be disabled. The demands I found in this case is the hacker is trying to hijack the Facebook user's personal information and credit information without the approval of the owner. From the view of the user, it has caused the privacy issue to them because the personal information is viewed by the hackers. The theory I found in this case is deontological theory. It is because the hacker has obeyed the moral rules, as the hackers has hacked another person's account without the approval of someone else. This can also cause a serious consequence to victims, such as reputation issue and heavy loss on money, as credit information is stolen by the hackers. Another theory I found is rule utilitarianism. It is because the hacker has spread a lot of fake messages using the victim's account. As a result, it will cause the victim to be unhappy because it might cause misunderstandings by others, as the fake message is sent from their account. Therefore, it will cause unhappiness to the owner.